we spoke about this a lot in the last podcast as well, about innovation in payments in general. But it does feel like innovation in payments is almost always about removing friction, making it easier. And again, essentially get the customer to gravitate to the easiest and most straightforward experience. Talk more again about how you think about that topic around innovation in payments.
Yeah, so crikey, it's been almost 6 months since we had sort of our conversation. There's been I guess, in terms of sort of just innovation as its sort of key piece, there's been a lot of things that are coming out really of sort of this AI revolution, right? I think a lot of people today who, are using AI to sort of its fullest advantage, we are one of them. One of the things that we use is Anthropic. Anthropic actually manages, alongside, we barely even need a developer. Actually, our CPO, Sheldon, he actually sort of manages sort of Anthropic, but we basically have Anthropic speaking to our backend, where we sort of host and support all of the integrations. And what we do here is we obviously tell Anthropic, okay, go into these API docs, identify all of the endpoints, collect the endpoint responses that we require, and then connect them basically to our endpoints and our response codes, and ensure the two match up. Generally speaking, you can complete an integration in about 30 minutes. By the time that's been done, which is crazy because typically an integration was taking us a week to 2 weeks before we had this. Oh my God. So we talk about innovation. Sometimes the innovation is actually taking place behind the scenes and making these sort of key improvements. We've noticed obviously other people that are sort of doing things like that, certainly on sort of the provider side. So we know it's not just us, hence why I probably said it. Otherwise, I think we have an edge. But so that's really one of the things that's probably changed since you and I sort of even sat down, which goes to show that huge leap that's sort of taking place. I think where AI, though, if we go back to the merchant, we go back to the customer, which is really sort of our topic here, I think AI really is going to be used as a far better prompt. And what I mean by that is we're obviously collecting data on customers, or merchants do collect data on customers, whether they think they think it's data or not. By the time they've sort of identified somebody, generally speaking, what an AI can do and what you'll be able to do from a customer experience sort of process is imagine, say, for example, you are in your wallet and you go to make a deposit. You might have a prompt that comes up. I think this will probably be the future of sort of in the direction of sort of where AI goes really for that end merchant, that end customer. You may have sort of a prompt that sort of goes in there and suggests, would you like to make another deposit? So they see your balance is running low. Say, for example, you've already completed the KYC. We could ask that AI, or that AI could pre-fill, obviously, all of your payment information or payment details, and then start that payment process, all from you just clicking one button, say yes, in order to sort of provide that prompt to the person. So AI, I think, is really going to be used really along with sort of the big data that people collect on their customers, these individuals, in order to really provide those kind of experiences. So I see that as really one of the sort of innovative areas that's going to take place. There's people that are already sort of doing things like this already. I know for a fact there's operators out there today, whereas if they know you like a certain payment method, they'll just make sure it's shown at the top, of that list of different payment options. But you can take that really a step further, and it almost feels like you then have a relationship with that brand or with that merchant when you are sort of going through through that sort of process. So it will feel more personalized, which will probably be a little bit scary for some people. So, when you're A/B testing, there's certainly going to be sort of probably a cohort of people that probably find it a little bit creepy, a little bit weird. But I certainly see that as sort of being something that will sort of drive towards more of sort of a seamless experience almost for that player, and also to try and tighten up further really those conversion sort of pieces to ensure that they do convert again, basically from that side of things. So I see that really as sort of more of a future piece, but certainly where the innovation of sort of AI is sort of driving us, with those two types of examples,